Hi, everybody. Welcome to Brain Training with Auntie Mimi. You know, I've had a chance to speak to a lot of different children over this pandemic experience, and definitely a lot of mixed answers that I've been getting when I ask them, are they happy, right now, being home, having more time with family? How much do you miss school? And I've been getting like interesting responses. So I just want to share here and help us all understand different strokes for different folks. Some children have been saying, "Oh, I'm so happy I'm not in school," and because they, for really good reasons. They're happy to be more at home. They're less pressured. They're more with their parents, or some of them just are happy to be away from the pressure of the school ground. And some children are like so bored. Most children are, and they miss school, even with everything that sometimes can be challenging for them in school. And probably, I'm sure some of it is because whatever is going on in the household, because sometimes there's a lot of differences of feelings that one is experience, and compared to, let's say, someone else and their experience. And as we were saying before, one person is almost like alone against the world because they're so different. One of the reasons it could be because they have what's called HPS. And I'm going to read what it is. It's highly sensitive person. Now, someone could say that's a label. Oh, you're so highly sensitive. And I say, actually, no, not at all. I think the highly sensitive person is the person that cares deeply about what's going on. The highly sensitive person may be more connected to the truth of what it is to be human, to feel, to care. So the highly sensitive person may be more irritated, anxious, depressed, and all these kinds of labels that are negative, but it's really something so positive, that they're deep and they're real. And other people are possibly looking down at them and judging them and labeling them and saying something that's so opposite of the truth. And so what happens is they feel alone because everyone else is happy-go-lucky. They don't care. And again, not judging those that are happy-go-lucky, because someone could look at me and I go everywhere and maybe I look happy-go-lucky. And I am happy-go-lucky because I've worked on it and I've trained myself not to be sensitive in the wrong way, sensitive in a way that it breaks me or causes me to have a crying spasm all day long, or worse for some people. So, listed of what is a HSI personality, I will read to you. They have a depth of processing. They feel sensations. They take in a lot of what's going on in the world. They have very strong, overwhelmingly feelings. They are more empathetic. They're more emotional. They have more intense feelings. And their brain is been shown to be more active in their experience of life. Definitely, they are more sensitive to even the tone of voice that people are expressing, especially if that tone of voice is a bit higher pitch or stronger or more forceful. They are more sensitive to the face and the tones of face that other people are showing them. And And then someone will like say to them, get over it. Like, be a big boy. Your younger sister who's 3 years younger than you is not such a crybaby. You hear all that kind of stuff all the time. And like, we as children, I remember, can feel like we're alone against the world. And maybe even your whole family is not as sensitive to you. And so then sometimes it becomes even more difficult. Or maybe your whole class. So sometimes people are born with poor sensory integration. What does that mean? Their brain can't like as easily process the noise around them. And you see it as babies. Like some babies can sleep through the night or sleep through anything. They'll be laughing hysterically, and then this baby is like snoring away. And the other baby, any little pin dropping on the ground, and they can't handle it, and they're crying. And even as a baby, people say, oh, it's such a fussy baby. No, maybe they have what's called poor sensory integration. Their brain, the way it's designed, they're more sensitive to these kinds of noises. Some are more sensitive to touch. I don't want to wear this. It's itchy. There's like as if someone's, scratching them. Nobody wants to be scratched all day long. And then that one child, some people can make fun of them. Oh, you're just making it up. You want attention. Whatever sometimes people say. Let's not go there. But if you're one of those unique and special children, if you feel for other people more than others, then yes, you can feel alone against the world. But are we really alone? Yes and no. Yes, because as we said yesterday, we are a unique personality that Hashem, our Creator, made each individual singularly different. So it feels alone when they can't understand us and our ways. But are you really alone? Hashem is always with us. And there's always so many people around. And yes, they're different. And yes, it's like feels lonely that they don't get you fully, but you're not really alone. Okay, so you have different views. You have different ways of even fulfilling your life journey on this earth. It was so gewaltig. I read today's Hayom Yom, and it's a daily teaching that we learn, to inspire us to have a better day. And one of the stories, it was about the Baal Shem Tov and the grandson of the Alter Rebbe. And both of them, same dynasty of holy powerhouses, channeled their understanding of Torah in their own special way and very different way. Like not just, oh, yours is special, like very different in many regards. To make it short, the Alter Rebbe was more into the intellectual capacity, the ability of man to use his intellect, his brain or her brain, to understand the ways of God, to understand what we are meant to be doing here, to understand how to master our emotions, how to master our yetzer and our animalistic, negative base tendencies, meaning the character traits that we have difficulties in changing, that we need to do it with our own intellect. And it was really so different in many ways than the Baal Shem Tov. And the Baal Shem Tov was his grandfather. And both were powerhouse, dynamite neshamas. And so different. So what we have to do is in our aloneness, we always say celebrate you, right? Really appreciate that your view, your way of thinking can be, yes, not so understood by others, but you can get in the habit of connecting to them and not feeling alone. Because yes, it feels good that someone understands you. Yes, you feel like you can connect to them even more. I get it. But you can enjoy what they have to offer. You can enjoy their difference. You can learn from their ways. You can absorb goodness and feel a certain sense of being united, even in your differences. So I pray that when you're going to try your best to brain train your mind, when your Yetzer Hara says, "Ugh, I'm so alone, nobody gets me," which happens to a lot of us, even as adults, even as people are married and have 10 kids sometimes, that the differences are like a beautiful, amazing picture. Like imagine you go, I know this is so strange. I mean, I've been there. So like, let's all laugh together right now. It's like, what? You go to a museum and you see this huge picture. It's all red and like a little dot in the middle. And they sell for like millions. And you're looking at that. First of all, I could do that. And like $1 million or whatever crazy amount of money. And people are buying it. But for most of us, like, when you see a masterful picture with beautiful different colors, it just makes like a more appealing picture to your eyes. So yes, you can look at, a framed all red picture. No. Okay, color red is red and it's pretty, but nothing compared to, let's say, a view of a lake with the red roses and with the lilies and all kinds of different blossoms and just the different greens on the tree. I mean, everyone loves their own kind of artwork, but you get the point. And this is taught in Hasidus, that Tiferes, the attribute of Tiferes, is like a mixing of so many different, like, colors that makes life beautiful. When we can, one, integrate so many beautiful characters of our own self, and also really understand the beauty of the differences of other people. And so that the differences doesn't cause us to feel alone. And then always accept that you're not alone. There's a teaching that there's angels all around us constantly protecting us. 4 different types of angels walking wherever we go. We know Hashem, his eyes are constantly upon us, that he doesn't slumber and he doesn't sleep. And yes, one of the main reasons, and this again was brought out in Rabbi Roll's book, of that it's God's plan. It's God's plan for us to feel alone a bit. Because then it's like it triggers within us. It helps us then reach out to Hashem. Because Hashem is saying, I'm alone. Like, there's no one like me. And I get your aloneness. Let's kind of have a party here together. Let's be together in our aloneness. Let's bond. I mean, it sounds kind of like interesting idea, but it is the truth. It's the way God designed us, so that no matter what pleasure in the experience of being with somebody else, And you can have a really best friend, and you can be so close to your brother and sister in so many ways. But that one speck of they don't get you, that one missing, we're not the same. And like that leads to you to turn your eyes up to God and say, nobody gets me. And Hashem says, I get you. Now you're unmasking the reason of why God made you alone. Because He wants you to turn to Him in your aloneness. Because something will be missing that will force you almost. Like, because you know how sometimes like, I don't know how old you are, but if you're older and you have texts, and you know, you text your mom, you listen, she was so busy and she was in a business meeting, or your father, and finally they text you back, right? And you're like, okay, finally their business meeting is over, or whatever they were doing, and you like feel so happy they got back to you. So God is like texting us, and like that moment when we reach out to Him in our loneliness, it's like He's waiting for us to connect to Him. Right? And like then there's a bond and a connection to Hashem. And that's what His plan was. One of the plans. If I knew all the plans, I would be God. But this is according to the teachings. And it makes perfect sense. So when you feel that icky feeling of I'm alone, there's so many popular children and nobody likes me because I'm so different, and you unmask the reason of your aloneness, and you can turn to Hashem and say, I get you, Hashem. You want me to turn to you. Then all of a sudden, there's something changing in you, and there's an unleashing of this truth that you can be okay with the differences. You can be okay because you realize, what's the point of these differences? Well, one of them. It really could help you. So let's brain train how you're going to incorporate this alone against the world understanding, but not feeling alone. So we're going into the second phase of our class here, and that is the brain training through art. And again, I give examples, but if you know, after I give the examples and you come up with your own examples, you can do whatever you want, whatever like pops up in your head to help your brain remember you're not alone. So I see a picture of the Baal Shem Tov and the Alter Rebbe, like grandson and grandfather. And I see they're like walking together, but they're on different paths. But they're walking together, you know? Have you ever seen those? I used to live in Brooklyn in the Eastern Parkway, and they were like two paths in the major road. So I'm not seeing them on two of the different paths, meaning because there's this huge road in between. I'm seeing the bike path, and I'm seeing the walking path. And they're so close, side by side. But they're going to the destination of Kingston Boulevard. And, you know, one is on the bike path and one is on the walking path. And they're walking together, side by side. They're not alone, but they're on different paths. And they're enjoying each other and kind of like looking into the other one. Wow, I can learn a little something from, you know. And of course, the Alter Rebbe learned so much from his grandfather, the Baal Shem Tov. So you could see the bike path and the walking path, whatever, just some ideas. You could see yourself and your friend that maybe you feel so different, or maybe your brother, sister, or even your parents. We're all getting to the same destination, to be close to Hashem, to bring God's light and love and compassion and patience and understanding into the world. And through the instruction of the creator of the world, who knows exactly how to make the world work. But he wants us to be co-creators and do it in our beautiful way, like a beautiful picture with so many different colors that's going to make the world beautiful. So you could see your beautiful picture. And each part of the picture has a different person. Again, like, you know, in the museum in back to Crown Heights. I guess I really miss Crown Heights, right? And here's a beautiful mosaic picture of this big boy that happens to be the boy of the mother who donated the money to make that museum. And each little picture of different families makes up her son's picture. And you can only see the bigger picture when you move aside, like farther away. If you're this close, then you only see the little pictures, but you have to like step back and wow, I see the bigger picture. It's a real picture of her boy. How do they do that? Anyway, you know, it's so fascinating. So you can make a picture like that. Each part of, let's say, the picture of you, but now you're gaining something from each other member of your family, each member of the children in your class, each different teacher, even though you might have, oh my gosh, so different energies between you and some of them. But it's okay. You're not alone. Another picture you can make. I see you could put HS, what was it again? Yeah, HSP, highly sensitive person. And you can make a picture of yourself and you can give yourself an award. Like, let's say someone gives you an award, okay? You are amazing. It's not a label. Oh, you're too sensitive. No, you care. And you're getting the Nobel Prize for being a deep, caring person. And you're going to work on, like, you know, not letting it drag you into that crying spasms that some kids, you know, tend to maybe have, or not let it, like, you know, get you into a meltdown mode, or not let it get you to this explosive, you know, angry temperament because you're so sensitive. No, you're going to use your sensitivity and feel like you're getting an award because you are amazing. And you're going to learn how to channel it through this brain training class. So you can see yourself being highly sensitive, but in a good way. You care. And you're getting awarded for it. You are being the nicer one in your family. You are, because you care so much that someone was ignored or something, and you go out and comfort them because no one maybe was. Because you are the highly sensitive person. And it's like a badge of honor. Make a picture like you're getting the award and they're pinning it on you, or you're getting this, you know, trophy. What a difference. What a difference. We have to stop letting the world label our children, labeling us. It's just, we got to see the positivity in everything. Now, the third part. Again, you could choose later if you like one of those pictures that you drew and you'll finish it later, or you choose to do something different. Right now, what's coming to my mind is the picture of the trophy you're getting right now. Like, really, Hashem is saying, oh my gosh, you were created in an extraordinary, special way that you feel more than maybe others. So we're going to close our eyes. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining as we take this journey, making the world a better place for our children. And I'm happy some of you adults are joining in because this helps everyone. So with every breath we take, we're just going to feel that really positive feeling, like you just ready to get that trophy for being you. And you're going to take yourself to a most amazing, beautiful place that's going to help you really relax your body and relax your mind. Because remember, when we take deep breaths, we bring oxygen, clearing our brain from the clutter of all the tension and all the voices sometimes streaming from the outside and streaming from the inside. And then you're going to see yourself just walking along, getting near to this destination as you're taking some really deep breaths. And while you're walking on this path, you see another path. And you see somebody else walking on that path. And you're both getting to the same destination. Maybe a person that's so different than you. Maybe complicated. maybe it's not so easy to walk on the same path. But in this vision, you're comfortable. They have their way, you have your way. They're trying to get to their destination, and you're trying to get to yours. And you're feeling, after this class, okay to walk side by them. And you're both going to this place. And as you get closer to this place, they enter their little section that's made for them, and you're entering your paradise, this beautiful place that you alone are at. And then, in this place, you have time for yourself to think about all the beautiful qualities that you do have. All the maybe sensitive parts of you that make you feel alone. That make you feel you're alone against the world. But now you're embracing that unique, sensitive part of you. That unique, different part of you that no one in the world has exactly like you. And you're really feeling okay with it. Like you actually feel so positive. And you think about yourself and you almost embrace yourself like you would a little child to your own neshama. And then, in this place, believe it or not, down the road comes someone your way. That's someone maybe that's not so easy. Maybe hasn't been so accepting of you. Because you've let go. You forgave them for their different way. You don't take personally anymore. You were able to now finally connect. And they're coming to give you your trophy. And you're like, wow. And you feel like they're acknowledging your difference and still letting you feel like a winner. And as that person that's coming closer to you comes, you take that trophy, you're beaming, your eyes are so radiant. And then another person comes. And at a distance, you can't make out who it is. But then there's this person that's a little smaller, and you're figuring it out. And as it gets closer to you, it's an image of you coming to give yourself a trophy. And you're like, yeah, I don't need anyone to give me a trophy. I can give myself. And as you do that, you feel so one with yourself. You feel whole, and you don't feel lonely. You feel okay in your own skin. You feel okay being you. So you start like a new page. You feel you're ready now to go out into the world alone, but never alone. And then you start to feel the beating of your heart. What used to be so fast, what used to be so constricted, tight, and like feeling so hurt. Your heart just melted away, layers and layers of blockages. And your heart is feeling open to now receive from others, open to connect to others that are so different. Your heart feels strong, it's fortified, it's ready. And you're smiling. And when you slowly open your eyes, you pray to Hashem, please let this mind movie be right there when I need it the next time I feel alone, the next time I feel less than, meaning less than. Because some people feel, I feel less than them. Please, Hashem, let this be ingrained in the grooves of my brain. Let my neshama remind me of these things that I'm storing here forever, holding on to my trophy, holding on to my beautiful neshama, and always ready to reach out to you, Hashem, because I am never alone. Even in my aloneness, my oneness, my uniqueness, my special neshama that is so different. I pray for all of you, my dear children, that this workshop, always from my heart, coming to your heart, and we have some time for some questions, if there's any. Wow, thank God. Wow, I'm very happy that this is, see if there's anything I need to read here. I'm glad to see you too. Wow, really. Yeah, the crying spasm. That was the first time I used that, actually. Hello, everyone. Yes, children have a bit of a mushy mind, and it's so easy for them to like be emotional and sensitive more than us adults, because, you know, look at their brain. It's smaller than ours, so okay, any other questions? Wow, I miss everyone. I feel like we're together here, and I'm so happy God has given us this platform. Yes, so many kids need to hear this. Malka, oh my gosh, I have to give, first of all, credit to Malka Levine. So many years ago in Crown Heights, she came to one of my classes and she said, let's do classes by me. And she was like the first one, forever grateful to her, and putting classes together in her house. And also actually Nechama labor, I don't know, the whole story. Wow. We were, she has actually a women's program and children's program that we're actually going to be doing together. For years, off and on, we've been doing programs together. Her organization is Jewish Girls Unite, and she has classes weekly, and she does a lot of amazing stuff online for many, many years. And wow, Baruch Hashem. And actually, Marco Schwartz is the one, it's written here, Levine, but she does a lot of energy healing that has helped many kids. So you can find her on Facebook and be in touch with her. Amazing work. My organization sponsors for people to get help by her. So I'm seeing all the amazing people here together. Wow. And for everyone that's new on this brain training, please look at the YouTube channel, get your kids to catch up. And also there is 12 books, 12 children's books, a lot of these concepts in these books. And because of this, guess what? I'm going to give you a sneak preview of some of the new upcoming books. And one of them, I already reached out to the woman who's going to help me. I'm starting to hire someone to transcribe some of this. And we're going to make these videos into a book, so children will have it handy. Colorful artwork. Oh, wait till you see some of the pictures she already made. She's actually the one who's doing the graphic art work in the brain training YouTube. Miracle how we just met. So there is a lot of good that we're doing here for kids. So please, share what's out there. Instead of getting gifts for children that, they need all kinds of fun stuff. But especially now, we can reach out, get each other's families gifts and these kinds of books, and make the world a better place. Baruch Hashem. Yay. Oh, so the other new books. Some of you know that I have Let's Go Camping, Gedalia the Goldfish, and Feifel the Falafel Ball. Those were the first original 3 books. And then we did 4 other books at one. Baruch Hashem, we had Let's Go to Eretz Yisrael. We did My Best Dress, about modesty, and Beautiful Like a Kala, which is loving yourself because of the things you do and not your dress. And then there was Color My Day the Jewish Way, and that is helping children cultivate the attitude of gratitude. And then we did another bunch, and these are the more recent ones. Let me see. There's the hospital one, carrying a tune in Sfas, really singing your way through challenges in your life. That's why carrying a tune, it's about a woman in the hospital, which right now, who knows who's in the hospital, and these children can use this book. The other one was I Love You, Grandma. I love that book. Actually, all the artists, each one made an amazing book. And then there's Feifel the Falafel Ball, the sequel. And then there's, let's see if I'm missing anyone. But then the newest one is 4 Seasons for You and for Me. And it goes through all the seasons. Like right now, kids are stuck at home. They could really enjoy these seasons. And get them motivated to go out of the house, because there's a lot of fear going on. If I go out, maybe I'll expose someone to a germ. And honestly, we need vitamin D to keep our immune system. We need fresh air. So hopefully this book will motivate children to go outdoors, especially those who might be more anxious about what's going on in the world. All right. So, and also, yes, you're right. Yes, I did. We translated most of them. I think 8 of them in Yiddish, and thanks to many different publishers, but Nechama Labor has been one of my publishers, Chaim Miller, Rivka Zakatinsky. I give it to different publishers because there's so many at one time. They can't, everyone's so busy. And one is, yes, thank you. One is translated into Hebrew. I chose the falafel ball first to do in Hebrew because, Israel, falafel. Who doesn't love falafel? And I really have to go through each story and tell you the miracles of how each story happened. It's it's beyond. One day I'll do a full-on class on how each story happened. But thank you, Hashem, that they're out there for children. And of course, we have the brain training books that are, I think, 5 adult ones, and they are, a lot of brain training, visualizations and techniques, and on many different topics. So yes, definitely search out. I'll post the link of where you can find out about these books. And thank you again for joining, and have a beautiful Shabbat. And who knows? We should all already be in Yerushalayim forever. That's it. no more corona, no more pandemic, no more social isolation. We're all together at the Kotel, davening the amazing davening at the Kotel Friday night, and Kulo Shabbos. The world will be at a Kulo, like all day long Shabbos. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for reminding me the Yiddish and Hebrew, Esther. Esther, my dear, good to see you here. Miss you all. Thank you for always like sharing my stuff, Esther. Thank you. Bye-bye.